cried unto God with my voice, even unto God with my voice, and he gave ear unto me. In the day of my trouble I sought the I am. My sore ran in the night and ceased not. My soul refused to be comforted. I remembered the I am and was troubled. I complained in my spirit, was overwhelmed, Selah. Thou holdest mine eyes waking, and I am also troubled, that I cannot speak. I have considered the days of old, the years of the ancient times. I call to remembrance my song in the night, and commune with mine own heart, and my spirit made diligent search. Will the I am cast off forever? Will he be favorable no more? Is his mercy clean, gone forever? Does his promise fail forevermore? He hath forgotten to be gracious. Hath he forgotten to be gracious? Hath he in anger shut up his tender mercy, Selah? And I said, this is my infirmity. But I will remember the years of the right hand of the Most High, and I remember the works of the I am. Surely I remember wonders of old. I will meditate also of all thy works, and talk of thy doings. Thy way, O God, is in the sanctuary. Who is so great as the I am, our God? Thou art the God that doest wonders. Thou hast declared thy strength among the people. Thou hast with thine arm redeemed thy people, the sons of Jacob and Joseph, Selah. The waters saw thee, O Yahweh. The waters saw thee. They were afraid. The depths also were troubled. The clouds poured out water. The skies sent out a sound. Thine arrows also went abroad. The voice of thy thunder was in heaven, and the lightnings lighted the world. The earth trembled and shook. Thy way is in the sea, and thy path in great waters, and thy footsteps are not known. Psalms chapter 77. Deliver me from the hands of evil spirits, who have swelled the thoughts of men's hearts, and let them not lead me astray from thee, my God. Establish thou me and my seed, that we go not astray henceforth and forever. Jubilees chapter 12 and verse 20. Yes, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Yes, we praise God. You're walking with Mr. Clay. I'm Mr. Clay. Yes, and we thank God for you. We thank the Most High for this beautiful day, evening, or night, wherever you are viewing or listening. We thank God for you. Yes, God is to be praised, even the great I am, whatever his name is or how you say that in your language. And we thank God for even how he's casting one down and pushing one up. How the powers that are being faded out, and God bringing a power that will be in, or powers that will be. In other words, governments, should I say. People. Governments that care about their people. Governments that care about being in the world. But still, this will have its quirks. Leading up to that culminative day that we're going to see, oh, our great and mighty King. I ain't talking about no other king, but the I am, that spirit that moved upon the water himself, and whatever he decides to make himself to be, whatever face he has or that he have assigned to himself, we shall see him with 10,000 of his anointed. There ain't no such thing as no saints. There's no such thing as no saints, my friend. That's a Greek word. They made it up. Anointed. Anointed. When you say anointed, it's a strong word. People can't stay on strong words. Strong words. Anointed. Yes, this is another Greek word, but it's a very, very strong word. Yes. Saints. Let's see. You're a saint if you were a child molester. You're a saint if you went subduing in other nations and you used the Bible to sway them the way of idolatry. These saints are made up by men, but anointed. It's a whole nother story if we put it in that context. And we thank God for all things. And also, we thank the Most High for those of you who have been with us since the beginning, and those of you that have been with us thereafter and here and there's about. And we thank the Most High for those of you who have just subscribed and those of you who are about to subscribe, calling those things that are not as though they are. I understand some platforms, they only show your videos upon your views and your likes. But then the fact is, if those who have liked you and subscribed are not notified, they don't know. See, this is, for some of us, this is what shadow banning is about. In other words, not alerting your subscriber. You can have 1,000 subscribers, but if they don't know, you're not going to even get half, maybe a fraction of that. So let's call a buck a buck. If they don't know you even pushed out a video or a podcast, they won't know. No matter what platform you're on, or should I say channel or whatever, if it's not in your subscribers' feed, they are not going to find out. Yes. And this is how that works. But nevertheless, we're in the book of 1 Kings. Yes, we're in the last chapter, chapter 22. Yes, 1 Kings chapter 22. But this is going to be a two-part chapter. Two-part chapter. It's very long, 53 verses. 53 verses. And after that, we're going to be back after the Sabbath. That's that Tuesday, if I'm correct. That Tuesday, next Tuesday. Yes. And then we're going to continue in 2 Kings. But for today and the next day, we're going to be coming from 2 Kings chapter 22. Chapter 22 and 22a it will be. And as you prepare, yes, we see that God is really moving. It hasn't culminated yet. It hasn't come to a head or to an end yet, but it's coming. Those of you in the countries that are going down, you're going to be the ones that let down the citizens of those countries to be prepared. In other words, as one YouTuber said, wife's appearance is coming to an end, period. I mean, that's what I like about the other countries. You know, although you have your idiots and you have those who will try to take the likeness of their skin to mean superiority, that's coming to an end. As it was before, we're coming full circle. Yes, we're coming full circle. God did that for a reason. See, you don't understand God. You try to figure him out, but you don't understand and know him. Why did God do this? Why did he allow such a thing? Some of you who feel inferior or superior, why did he do it? Why did he allow such a thing to happen? Why does he allow another nation to hideously overrun another people, to just treat another people like dogs? What happened with Israel when he was in the Egyptian captivity? God wanted so that he might be humble, that he might try to understand and know God. With all that Israel seen and known and understood, still they forgot to teach their children. And the children had seen the things that they have seen, even up to where Solomon built the temple and the smoke filled the temple. They did not take that into account, but many have went into their own pernicious ways, or should I say transgressive ways they have towards the law of the Most High. Transgression, yes, it can mean anything, but what the transgression we're talking about is the law, commandments, statutes, and ordinances of the Most High. You can transgress against anyone. Anyone can be transgressed against according to their boundaries. God set a boundary for man toward man and a boundary for man toward himself. Yes, he did. Whether you believe it in the Egyptian way or you believe it in other ways, you will not, or you shall have not, done these things. And this is why these particular nations and people are all but erased. He hasn't erased them yet because he has a few that still standing strong in Zion. Hallelujah. He still has a few that standing strong in other nations that know that there is only one God. Beside him, there is no other. Meaning the other ones, some of them are stuck because of their own humanistic ways, not wanting to be rejected of their families. But you'll be rejected of the Most High, not to be rejected of their churches or their different things that they have. Because we all know that these other religions and stuff are all fake, really. Regardless of how they try to explain it or how long ago it was, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter you got hieroglyphs and all of this. God has proved himself time and time again. And people have known this. The reason you might call on your Isas in a dire situation is because it's been drilled into you for so long and so long and so long and so long. Even you use it as a vain word or a cuss word. A word of exclamation, just like you would use any perverse word that comes out of your mouth. Yes, it has become a perverse word. So therefore, what good is it? Ain't nobody destroyed, ain't nobody. And then we take God as one that, we shall be judged. But God handed that judgment over to the people. He gave the people judgment for that through the priests, and they destroyed it by saying, we want a king. Now we're on a downward spiral. We want a king. And they continued in verse 1, 1 Kings chapter 22. 3 years without war between Syria and Israel. This is the northern kingdom. And it came to pass in the 3rd year that Jehoshaphat, king of Judah, came down to the king of Israel. And the king of Israel said unto his servants, know ye that Ramoth Gilead is ours, which is true, and we be still, and it take it not out of the hand of the king of Syria. And he said unto Jehoshaphat, wilt thou go with me to battle to Ramoth Gilead? And Jehoshaphat said to the king of Israel, I am as thou art, my people as thy people, my horses as thy horses. And Jehoshaphat said to the king of Israel, inquire, I pray thee, at the word of the I am today. Now you still have the kingdom of David and the kingdom of Israel, which is not a bloodline or a seed line kingdom. Kingdom of split. David only has part of what should be a whole. That's it. His bloodline or his seed line is only a part of it. That's it. The rest of it is made by those of other nations. Verse 6. And the king of Israel gathered the prophets together, about 400 men, and said unto them, shall I go against Ramoth Gilead to battle, or shall I forbear? And they said, go up, for the I am shall deliver it into thy hands. Now these are not these people that occupying now are not the ones that are spoken of here in this chapter. For Israel is a total another people of, should I say, being of, woolly hair and dark brown skin. Yes, big fat noses, or sort of noses that are not according to as the other ones today desire, which fictitiously and illusionally think that lighter skin or white skin is better than any other skin. It's just skin, period. This is what we're talking about when we say this type of supremacy from India all the way through South Africa. Many wants to be, because it's been pushed up, and you think that this skin is going to ultimately be the gods, or are the gods, the ones that are desired throughout the world, but it's not. But there shall be an equality. Although there will be an equality. Read the book of Daniel. There's going to be an equality. Each nation is going to have its own people, but they're still going to be wicked. So you're lighter skin and you're dyeing your skin and you thinking because you got straight hair and light brown skin or whatever, India, and you curse the other ones that have got darker skin, and you've been lied to by Hindustan and Islam and all the rest of them that have come up with so many idiotic concoctions of what a man should be. Just like there are different species of animals, and then there are different species in that, or should I say different versions of that species. They still animals get along fine. But men, you got a demonic problem. Yes. But God's going to straighten that out. Thou go with me to battle, he says. Now, in verse 7, Jehoshaphat said, Is there not a prophet of the I Am besides, that we might inquire of him? And the king said unto Jehoshaphat, There is yet one man, Micaiah, the son of Emiah, by whom we may inquire of the I Am. Now, Micaiah, Emiah would be his last name because he is the son of, now, your surname, that's something made up by colonizers. You are the son or the daughter of your father. For the woman, it's until you're married. Then you would be the wife of. But changed everything. Changed everything. Your mindset of those of you that have been born in the last 10 years or the last 20 or 30 years, 40 or so, and brainwashed beyond that, all we've been taught was we are sons of, we can say we're sons of a land, or bin. Bin is another language for the word son. Son of Israel, some would say son of Yasharal. You don't know who you are. Whose son are you? Who's your father? Daughter. You should know who your husband to be, or your husband is, and that's the name you go by. For people will identify you according to who you are with, or the people that you are among. And it will go back further and further. Your father will be the son of so-and-so. And that is the way the lineage has been preserved. But the Satan's knows. He used the colonizers for these things. The Satan's knows. They knew how to just wipe all that out. Yes, they did. They knew how to wipe all that out. And get you all confused like you are today. It's just simple. If you want your last name, you don't have to do it by U.S. standards or colonizer standards. So for those in Africa, you could just do it by you're Micaiah, son of or daughter of Zulu. Or you can say, I don't know who my father is, but I know he's of the Zulu tribe, so I'm daughter of Zulu. You of the people of Zulu, okay? Something like that. If you want to change your name. Now, verse 10, And the king of Israel and Jehoshaphat, king of Judah, sat each on his throne, having put on their robes in a void place in the entrance of the gate. Yeah, the culture was here. They might not have had a whole lot according to today's societies and all that, or the societies after them. But they had a way they did things because they were the hierarchy. And many of the ancient Europeans and all kind of people take after what they see the Egyptians and the Israelites and those kingdoms of that time were doing. Their mannerisms, their order. That same order is right here today. Don't let them fool you. Even the order of bathing, where you rinse your body and then you soap your body and then you rinse your body. Yeah. Okay. All right. Even your legs and your feet. this. You're going to let it run down. You have to realize if you wash a car just with water and some soap and don't do nothing to it, the dirt is still going to stick there. But when you wipe it off with a rag or a brush or something, you've scrubbed off whatever residual dirt that would cleave to your skin or even that metal, and it comes clean. This is why people would rather have the brush washings over just the spraying washings. If you go into just a spray only car wash, you're going to find out, unless you use real strong detergents. Word to the wise. But either way, he says now, and the king in verse 10, and the king of Israel and Jehoshaphat, king of Judah, now he was of the bloodline of David. David wasn't king over Israel, but he was king over, his seed was king over Judah. Sat each on his throne, having put on their robes in a void place in the entrance of the gate of Samaria, and all the prophets prophesied before them. Prophesied before them? What were they prophesying? And Zedekiah, son of Shaniah, made him horns of iron, and he said, Thus said the I am, with these shalt thou push the Syrians until thou have consumed them. All of them giving their prophecies. Just like today, you got these prophets, or so-called prophets, prophesying. And then the kings would, that's what they will rely on to hear from God. Today, they don't care. They don't give a hoot. Tell you the truth. Don't give a hoot at all. And the messenger, it says, and prosper, for the I am shall deliver it into the king's hand. And the messenger that was gone, take all these into note when we get into Chronicles. And the messenger that was gone to call Micaiah spake unto him, saying, Behold, now the words of the prophets declare good unto the king with one mouth. Let thy word, I pray thee, be like the word of one of them. Speak that which is good. Now, ain't that what they do today? You want to get a new car, the price is right if you got the right donation. You're going to get a wife. You're going to get a husband. You're going to get a new church. God's got a thing for you. Yes, I cannot see it right now, but God, you're going to be great. You got millions of people that you can be great in your own home, raising your children right. Either establishing a business or working with your own hands to do that which is right, to grow another people that will do that which is right. Cleaving unto the statutes, commandments, and ordinances and laws of the Most High. That is right as you're going to get. That is prosperous as you're going to get. Many of us, most of us. Other than that, that's a hard to get into all these big ministries and stuff. That's a hard knock life. It's not for the faint. Rest of it is just they know people are stirred up by these things, and it's great entertainment. I mean, that's really great. You go into a big church, oh man, you got the singers, you got, oh man, it's like going into a Tyrone Davis concert. Everybody just sway into the music and everything. It's no different. And some preachers even call themselves going up into it, got ropes on them, swinging like angels. Some of them have smoke and, should I say, false lights. They ain't got enough anointing there to let God, if God, the smoke fill the temple there, you'll know it's the Most High. You cannot stand. Most people will run, or you will die, even from the anointed smoke. So he came to, I should say, if not all, in that situation. So they put false smoke up, false lights, false heavenly flashes to make you feel like you're in a heavenly place, but you're living like hell on earth, according to the statutes, commandments, and ordinances of the Most High. Verse 15. For 14, and Micaiah said, As the I am liveth, what the I am saith unto me, that will I speak. So he came to the king, and the king said unto him, Micaiah, shall we go against Ramoth Gilead to battle, or shall we forbear? And he answered him, Go prosper, for the I am shall deliver it into the hand of the king. And the king said unto him, How many times shall I adjure thee that thou tell me nothing but that which is true in the name of the I am? And he said, I saw all Israel scattered upon the hills. Oof. as sheep having not a shepherd. No, you're going to die, man. And the I am said, these have no master. Let them return every man to his house in peace. And the king of Israel said unto Jehoshaphat, did not I tell thee that he would prophesy no good concerning me, but evil? Now this is what people want to hear. They want to hear good prophesying, good preaching, entertaining, intriguing, things that are not true or half-truth. This is what we have today. No different, no different. Falsification of God's word. Making God's word out of a fantastic lie. And the king of Israel said unto Jehoshaphat, did not I tell thee he would prophesy no good? Verse 19. And he said, hear thou, therefore, the word of the I am. I saw the Lord sitting, or the I am sitting. There are many lords. I'm a lord. You're a lord. You're the lord of your house. Because if you own it, if you rent it, you own it for that month. You're the Lord. So what Lord are you talking about? Get out of here. But either way, just go. Now the I am sitting on his throne, and all the host of heaven standing by him on his right hand and on his left. And the I am said, who shall persuade Ahab that he might go up and fall at Ramoth Gilead? And no one said on this manner, and another said on that manner. And there came forth a spirit and stood before the I am that says, I will persuade him. Or should I change my voice? I will persuade him. Just like they would say in the movies, yes. I will persuade him to go forth and do so. And therefore, behold, the I am hath put a lying spirit in the mouth of all thy prophets. And the I am hath spoken evil concerning thee. Didn't God say he create evil? What is evil? He said evil concerning him. Why is it evil concerning him? Because he don't want to die. He wants to hear good things. So it's evil to hear true tidings to him from the I am. So it's evil concerning him. Understand what's good and evil. It's not that you ride upon a broom or this or that, or that you might have powder on your face. It doesn't mean that you have done juju. If I am in mourning and if I feel bad and I just throw the dust up in the air or the ashes from my fire, which I cooked my dinner the other day, it's not juju. It's not witchcraft. It's not voodoo. It's I'm mourning. If I have a sackcloth upon me, just like many of you on the continent and in the islands and all these things, and you're mourning toward the Most High. Yes, colonizers come with their Christianity. The fake New Testament. Told you in witchcraft, the things of the Old Testament, except for tithing, or whatever they choose that they want to tell you out of the Old Testament. But the law is passed. This is dumb. How can you go to the New Testament and say all the law is passed, but yet the New Testament even itself, it points you toward the law. But then it goes commandment and this and that and that. What truth is that? Wearing a lie. What's a lie wearing the truth? But the truth of the New Testament stands alone. You don't need all of that. No, you don't need it at all. Then you got where they accuse God of being an adulterer or some spirit, when it contradicts what God says to the watchers, that they should not have relations with the women. Then the man was married to his wife. No matter how you explain it, the whole thing is, throw it in the garbage. You don't have to throw the whole book in the garbage, but you can use it for reference if you want to show how fake this stuff is. But either way, no, we do not despise the New Testament. We just show the falseness. We despise the lies. As far as the parts of the commandments, statutes, and ordinances of the Most High, they are in there. But we seem to want to use it In other words, once saved, always saved. You're not saved. That is a dumb statement, because it has no biblical nowhere justification. There is nothing in there. You can make up stuff. You can paste stuff together like a newspaper trying to make a message, like many do, even in churches and behind pulpits, and those imams that do certain things to just paste it together. I mean, different scriptures here and there, line upon line, as you say. Precept, don't even know what a precept is. You're talking about taking the things of the commandments and comparing them to life itself. That's what we're talking about. That's a precept. A line is just reading a chapter. About it. Oh, gosh. But either way, let us continue. He said, I'll put a lying spirit in the mouth of all thy prophets, and the I am spoken, and the I am has spoken evil concerning thee. But Zedekiah the son of Chenaanah went near and smote Micaiah on the cheek and says, which way? Oh boy, now this is funny. Which way went the spirit of the I am from me? That's why you need to slap one of them preachers or one of them prophets. He said, oh, the spirit of the Lord said to me, just slap him. Just like Chenaanah did. And asked him, which way went the spirit of the I am from me to speak unto thee? Come on, tell me. That was a funny thing there. Oh, the spirit of the Lord. Pop! Which way did he go? Which way did he go? God is as the wind, the spirit of the Most High. You use all these religious jargons. The wind. The wind blows. Many times it blows. We don't know where it's coming from. You can just feel something go right across you. It could be a spirit or it could be the wind. You don't know. This is all the spirit means. When you say spirit, wind, you can't tell. It's invisible, but it's there. Ah, yes. Nevertheless, then we're going to stop. He slapped him. In 25, Micaiah said, behold, thou shalt see in the day that when thou goest into the inner chamber to hide thyself. And the king of Israel said, take Micaiah and carry him back unto Ammon, the governor of the city, and Joash, the king's son, and say, thus saith the king, put this fellow in prison, and feed him with bread of affliction, and with water, until I come in peace. So Ahab did that. This is how wicked Ahab was. He did not like, because, number one, Ahab listened to his wife in the things that he knew was not right, just like Adam did. Adam listened to Eve because he loved her more than God. Same thing with this, should I say, Ahab. Ahab was very wicked. In other words, he was a simp, swayed by any woman that would tell him something. It's not the woman, it's the spirit behind the woman. And that spirit was that same spirit her father worshipped, if you followed me. We're going to end here at verse 27. Tomorrow we'll come at verse 28. And we're going to end this, and we're going to say, if we follow those things that are right before the Most High, we will have peace.
Walk with me.